Welcome to Getting to Know You. I'm your host, Eman Tuzman-Eagan, and I'm happy to welcome you to this podcast where we get to know members of the Berkshire Hills community better. Our guest for today's episode is Getting to Know You with Dirk, joining us live from Berkshire Hills. Thank you, Dirk, for coming.
Thank you for having me, Eman. How's it going?
Good. My first question is, what was it like growing up in Germany?
What was it like?
Yes.
Different in many ways. I grew up in a big city, in a place that's a little bit like New York City, where like one city just goes right over into the next. In an apartment in a fairly big house where like 12 other families lived, and so I grew up with a lot of people around me, but I walked everywhere or rode my bike. My parents didn't have to drive me, and otherwise I think it was a pretty similar upbringing, you know?
How long have you been working at Berkshire Hills?
Since we started, I met Tori and John in 96, or maybe 97, but we met at the Williams Week that was hosted by Nancy Goldberg at Belvoir Terrace, and I think already that week I told Nancy, I was young then, like 20 or something, but I told Nancy Goldberg, if there's ever a school that is kind of like your camp, then I want to teach there. And as we say, the rest is history. When BHMA started in 2001, I was already here. Yeah, so that's how I came to Berkshire Hills, and yeah, I've been here ever since. Teaching. Very happy teaching music here. That's great.
What's it like to be an original member?
It's mostly great because I feel like I know this place so well that it's almost like my home, but it's very comfortable. It can also be difficult because I've been here so long that I sometimes have a hard time getting used to changes. So when the place changes, when Berkshire Hills changes, as it should, I need to change with it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that's a little difficult for me. But mostly it's just, it's very comforting being here. I like being here. Yeah.
How long have you been playing music?
I was a little kid. Maybe I started on piano, maybe with 6 or 7. And I then sort of switched over, but really added guitar when I turned 12 or 13. Then I decided to go to school for music, which in Germany is a big deal because you need to go to a conservatory where you can only get in if you audition. So I spent, most of my teenage years just preparing for music university, conservatory, and I got in and studied guitar as a major at that point, classical guitar performance, but I was a piano minor, and I also studied music pedagogy, teaching music, and that's how I came to New York, because I transferred to Mannes College of Music in New York City then from my conservatory in Germany.
That leads me to my next question. Where did you do your education besides Germany?
I started in Germany, but in Germany we start kind of late with college, so I was already depending on what school you go to, you do the first 2 years of college already in your high school, so to speak. And that's what I did. And then I was at the conservatory in Germany. I got a scholarship to go to New York. I studied at Mannes. And then Nancy, that's what we just talked about, Nancy Goldberg called and said, "Hey, Dirk, that school is going to happen. Do you want to go teach there?" And I said, "Yes." And I left New York City. And I've been here ever since, but I did keep my studies up. I studied with Berkeley in music production, recording, I still, that's what I like best, is like studying now on my own time with different instructors, around the world, thanks to Zoom and taking different courses. So I guess the answer to your question is my education has only just begun. Yeah. Yep.
Do you have a favorite style of music to play?
Yeah, at this point, what I'm drawn to is jazz, and that's what I need to practice and get better at, but that is what I find most interesting. So that's the music I listen to and that I play, and with every day I practice it, I get a little better at that. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite jazz musician?
Yeah, sure. I mean, boy, there's so many. Just speaking of guitar, probably he's kind of everybody's favorite. Joe Pass was just a real genius on the guitar. Wes Montgomery, like him a lot. Pat Martino, who just passed away. Then there's so many.
If you could play with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh boy, dead or alive? Well, on the dead side, I think I really would have enjoyed Wes Montgomery, because I just liked his approach. He was an uneducated guy who just intuitively knew what to play. It would probably be Wes Montgomery.
If you could teach guitar to anybody, who would it be?
Teach guitar to anybody?
To anybody in the world.
It would be my kids, and they would say, "Thank you. Can we do that a little bit more, please?"
If you could teach a celebrity any music, who would it be? Guitar. Non-Berkshire Hills, who would it be? Anybody in the world.
My kids.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that because parents, at least I'm that kind of parent, we really want our kids to be as excited about something that we love, and your kids know that, and they pretty early on tell you that they might be excited about something different. But my kids do both play, and they do their music thing too. It's nice. Yep.
Is Kayla a musician?
Yes. She doesn't work as a musician. She works very hard, much harder than I work here in the Holyoke Emergency Room. But she plays banjo. She's taking cello lessons with Yona, my son,
nice.
and she was part of a vocal group at UMass that she really loved, and Vocal Suspects, and so I would say yes, definitely a musician.
So
yeah.
when did you move to America?
I started by spending my summers here, so I would spend a quarter of every year
in America.
And in New York specifically, and I started doing anyway. Then I moved here completely in 1999. That's when I moved to America, and by working here, that's an important part of the story. I was able to get a green card, and then eventually I became a citizen, and now I'm a citizen of the United States and Germany.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have dual citizenship?
I do. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
It is, and it was pretty hard to
get that?
do that because Germany doesn't want you to have dual citizenship. They say,
oh, really?
Either you're German or you're not. But
they don't want you to be
they don't want you
German
to have
American
two passports. Yeah, but then I was able to, basically go to court and make a case for, and now I have dual citizenship. I have both passports, and my kids do too, which is great.
But they don't want you to. They prefer you to be just a German.
Germany's different, understands itself differently than the United States, which hopefully still thinks of itself as a nation of immigrants. So that means people come here from other countries and can obtain an American passport while still maintaining ties to their home country. And Germany says,
no.
Once you're German, you're just German.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, but hey, I'm here, not in Germany. Yeah.
Do you ever go back?
Yeah. Before COVID, we were very lucky to go back quite often, and we would bring the kids. But now, since COVID started, we haven't been able to.
So I'm guessing you're not going back for Christmas.
That's right, yeah. The next time I go back will probably be just by myself.
Not the family?
No, it's still very difficult to put two little kids on a long plane ride. So, but thank you for asking. Yeah.
You guys went before COVID?
Yeah, we went, again, luckily we got to go very often. I understand you have two children. What are the different ages? The little guy's 5, and Louisa is 8. So they're 5 and 8.
We've seen Louisa here.
Yeah, again, thinking of normal times, I try to bring my kids here a lot because I want them to be in this community too, and just kind of understand how people learn differently and may have different ways of being. That's really important to me that they experience that. So once things are a little less complicated, I'll bring them again more.
I haven't seen much of the boy.
Right. Yeah, he
doesn't come?
That's because he would demolish the building as efficiently as he can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but if I can, if I have a little manpower, I can bring him too. Yeah.
How was your experience recording with my dad?
It was really great. And it's so nice to have you here, and having had that experience of working with your dad. He made one of the very few CDs that I made when I made a lot of CDs with people. The way his CD came out is something that I like listening to again. And most CDs I made, I kind of put away and decided that I had heard those selections often enough, making the CD, but your dad's recordings really stand out. And I think there's a reason why your dad, labeled his album Never Too Late, because he really, it was just the right time for him to do that. So
he really looks up to you.
Well, and vice versa. I won't say I look up to him because he's been, he's been doing this for much longer, and it was great working with him.
I haven't really listened to the CD that much anymore, but I just looked on Facebook and he has a show tonight.
Yeah, I know.
He has him and Anand are playing at a Luthier's tonight.
Yeah, that's really great.
You gonna go?
No, I won't be able to do stuff like that until my kids are a little bit older.
Yeah, he's playing tonight at the co-op.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I could go.
I gotta listen to the CD again. I have it.
You
home
should.
somewhere.
That's a good,
Somewhere buried among
that's
my
a
music.
good CD. Yeah.
That was a really good experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was telling me that was a really good.
Yeah.
Me and him did a duet here one time.
Yeah, I
we did
remember.
the song "Killing the Blues."
Yeah.
We did a Dylan song too together.
Yeah.
We do music together.
I know you got Dylan down better than Dylan.
We got we're the father and son duo.
That's right. Yeah.
Pretty good duo at that.
You know what? Actually, I just remember now, and we're digressing, but I also enjoyed how your sister was part of that record.
Oh yeah,
Man,
they live here now from New Orleans.
They moved here?
Yeah, they have a house. Moving in tomorrow.
Is that right?
Yeah, they moved from New Orleans.
Naomi?
The whole family, yeah.
Oh, man.
They move into the new house tomorrow. I'm
Is it
going over there after school tomorrow.
Is it in Shelburne Falls?
Nope. It's 3 minutes from my mom's house.
Where's that?
Hatfield.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Mhm.
man.
They moved from New Orleans.
Oh, that's so great.
Took a long time, but
Yeah.
things had to
She's a good musician.
things had to be done, but
Yeah.
if they had stayed in New Orleans, their house would have been demolished because of Ida. They got out in time
Yeah.
before the hurricane.
And Naomi's husband is a swing dancer, right?
Yeah, he's a professional dancer.
Right. Crazy.
Yep.
That's cool.
I'm still trying to get him to come here and do like a dance masterclass.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things we're gonna do again. We're gonna, remember Gary Smolian?
Yeah, Gary was funny. Love Gary.
He's still funny.
Yeah, always funny.
Um.
So yeah, the whole family moved here from New
And
Orleans.
your sister has 2 kids now, right?
4.
What?
4 children.
She had 1 when. Well, there was another one on the way.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. Maybe she had 2.
She had 1. Now there's 3 more.
Did they all come out at the same
They
time?
all from New Orleans?
No, like triplets or
No.
at least twins or something?
No, one at a time.
Okay.
But
Wow.
I'm an uncle times 5.
Yeah.
My brother has a daughter, and my sister has 4 children.
Wow. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. Anything else before we wrap up?
No, I just want to, thank you for asking me those questions. That's I don't think about all this stuff that much, and it's nice to have somebody ask about it, like the history and all that. And you're a good person to ask because you've been here very long as well.
Mm.
Cool.
Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you for having me, Terry. I really enjoyed it. That was a joke.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Getting to Know You. I'd like to thank Dirk again for taking the time to talk with us. Our theme song is Getting to Know You by Rodgers and Hammerstein, performed by BHMA community member Franklin Nichols. Editing is done by Ben Rosenthal. Creative direction by me, Eman Tuzman-Eagan, with support from my mom. We hope you enjoyed the show.